I have got a brand new set of Rep X Pépin dumbbells just sitting on the floor here like a couple of dummies. And contrary to what the entitled bros at your local gym think, that's not where they belong. So let's fix that. A lot of you have these by now, and if you're like me, you're getting real tired of waiting for Rep to release their stand. So I'm gonna show you a step-by-step walkthrough of how to make one of these yourself. This cost me a whopping $42 without the wheels, $75 with the casters. And don't worry, my American friends, that is Canadian currency. So with the exchange rate, that's something like, I don't know, about $3.50? Give or take. I chose to go with the simplest, easiest to replicate design that I could come up with, and I'm gonna show you how to customize the angle and the height to your specific body type without any complicated measurements, no angle cuts, no hidden pocket screws. This was super easy to build, so let's get to it. This is everything we need. I've got a 6-foot long 4x4 board, a 10-foot long 2x6, a box of 3.5-inch wood screws, and I chose to go with 4 swivel caster wheels so I can move it around. Now, if you've been training properly in your home gym, this next part's super easy. You just give her the old, and if you manage to hit a PR on that 1 rep max anabolic ground pound, everything moves into place just like this, and you're good to go. Now, since I don't actually lift and I just come down here to collect and look at stuff, it needs to look pretty. So when I need my wood to stand out, this one little pill, I like to use this charred wood accelerator to match everything else I built down here. Ceiling joists, trim, support beam, weight plate holders, and belt squat stands. The only measurement you need to figure out is your preferred height, but I can help with that. I wanted it just low enough that I can stand up and the dumbbells completely clear all of the plates left in the cradle. These get pretty heavy, so I want to be able to just step right in and put them down. So we need to find your specific post height. Grab a dumbbell, measuring tape, try to measure how high you're holding it off the ground. It can be a little tricky by yourself, but I don't know, hold it up to a wall or something. At 5'9", I needed to clear 26 inches. From that number, subtract the combined height of the plates, cradle, top and bottom boards, which is exactly 10.75 inches. If you want to add wheels to your stand, then subtract that height as well. My wheels are 2.75 inches high, so I need to subtract a total of 13.5 inches. So if I need to clear 26, I subtract 13.5, and my posts need to be 12.5 inches tall. All right, let's put it together. I'm doing this a bit different than every other build I've seen, but you don't have to copy me. Instead of building each wing first and then connecting it in the back, we're gonna build the back piece first and then connect each wing by a single screw in the middle so it can pivot. This lets us get into position and do some testing to set the exact angle we want without any complicated angles or measurements, and then we secure everything into place. And before any of you tool snobs mock my Ryobi tools, I finished my whole yard, built a deck, completely finished this whole basement by myself with these tools, so they've served me well so far. Before you put that together, here's a nice tip for storing the adder weights. I set my saw at a 1/4 inch depth and made a bunch of cuts along the back to make a 1/2 inch channel for the weights to slide right into. A regular 2x6 is just too wide to put it on here, so this lets them slide in and holds them in place. Take your 2 connecting boards and attach them to the top and bottom of the back of your 2 back posts. Mark an X from corner to corner on the end of each post and then drill a hole with a 5/16 inch drill bit. This is just if you want to be a perfectionist like me to make sure everything lines up perfectly. Carrying on with our perfectionist theme, a 2x6 is 5.5 inches wide, so if we mark 5.5 inches up on either side, then we can do the same thing, corner to corner, and get our center point to drill. Connect all 4 posts with the top and bottom boards in the top and bottom through the single screw hole that we just made. For the top piece, it helps to put both screws in just a little bit, and then we can line it up with the holes here. There, still pivots. Now at this point, if you want to secure the top of these front posts, go ahead and do that, but don't put any screws in the bottom yet because we still haven't put the casters on. Now it's all connected, but the wings still pivot. So get in place, you can rest the cradles on here and just trial and error a little bit, mess around, see what fits. I think that's pretty good for me. It's gonna be a little higher with the wheels, but I like the angle. With our angle set, we can finish securing all 4 posts. Now this might be overkill, but that's how I do things. Make sure to put at least a couple of screws in the top and bottom boards into that back piece to give it a little bit more torsional strength to prevent it flexing when you're moving it around. Now, if you made those X marks on the bottom pieces earlier when we were finding center, it makes it really easy to square up the caster wheels just by aligning them with the 4 lines on the X. Centering them like this also secures the post in place at the same time. And that's it. Rolls really nicely. So far, super secure, but let's throw some weights on it. To secure the cradles, I'm gonna mark some pilot holes so I don't split the wood. Now, I cheated on this part a little and I decided to go with some heavier duty 14 by 1.75" wood screws. I swear it's the only thing I cheated on. Maybe some shrugs, occasionally some cheat curls. You can cheat on your curls, but not on your girls. There we have it, all done. I'd love to hear if you have any creative modifications to this design, or if you have a better way to hang the outer weights. Let me know in the comments. If you found this video useful, please give me a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.